Hey everybody, happy Wednesday evening. I know it's not the normal time that I do a recap, but here we are. It's been a very interesting and busy week to say the least, but I wanted to see you guys. I just want to start off by saying thank you all for all the sweet messages. If you don't know, my uncle passed away 2 weeks ago. We had his funeral and his repast this past Monday. We had a beautiful send off for my uncle. It's devastating for our family. He was young, healthy. I just when I tell you, I told my family, I said, guys, I need everybody to stay healthy and stay alive. I can't do another funeral. It's too much, okay? But I just want to say thank you guys so much and no, thank you all for the sweet messages. No, I really appreciate you all more than you know. I'm not going to hold you guys. I've been in a very weird funk the last couple of weeks, but it really hit me this week. But yeah, I said, you know what? I want to see you guys. I want to spread some joy. Yeah. Like I really appreciate you all. If I don't seem like I'm at my best, please just know that's why. All right. I'm going to give you my best, but it might not be what it usually is, but I will give you my best tonight. All right. No, thank you guys. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all so much. Thank you all so much for the love, y'all. Like if I keep saying thank you, I'll start crying. So I really appreciate you all. I definitely felt all the love, the nice messages. Some of y'all emailed me, DM'd me. Y'all, the love that you guys show me on the community tab here on YouTube. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you all. And just keep me and my family in your prayers, please. And thank you guys. Just again, thank you all. But yes. So with that being said, let's get on here about Potomac. This is season 10, episode 6. A great episode. I think that Potomac is really in their bag. And Angel, I have to say, Miss Angel, come to the front. This isn't the show for you. I think that Angel bit off more than she could chew because this ain't it. Angel, I was really rocking with you, but you lost me in this episode. I think that you underestimated how Housewives works and you crashed out for no reason. And I was shocked. Angel, I'm so sorry, but I can't ride with you anymore. I definitely see you being a one season wonder, in the words of Alexander Rogers. I don't see Angel coming back. Girl, this ain't it. I mean, Angel is determined to be miserable. I said, wow, Angel, way to bring the mood down. They were all having a great time, and here you go. Yes, very much wrong road. Yes. Someone called Angel and Kay the Sadness Sisters. Yes, that's what it gives. She needs to see 5 ladies. No, for real. And that's not being mean or shady, but I do feel like Angel's going through something, but she does not need to be on this show. This show is not conducive to whatever she's dealing with. But yeah, this is not the show for her. Yeah, her Watch What Happens Live appearance fell flat too. Yes, I heard. I wasn't even interested in seeing her on right after the show, right on Watch What Happens Live. I said, yeah, no, thank you. I was so turned off by how she acted in this episode. I didn't even want to see her. But I heard that her performance was horrible too. Could it be the edit? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Could it be the edit? I don't think that it's the edit. I think that this is Angel. I think that Angel is just not meant for reality television. That's what I think. That is what I think. I see why her and Kiarna are friends. It's surprising with her media background. Yeah, it is surprising. So y'all, without further ado, let's just hop into it. I have a lot to say. I'm going to keep this live brief. It's not going to be too long. I know I say that all the time, but this time I mean it, okay? So we start off the episode with the continuation of Kiarna and Jassi talking. They're at the restaurant. We all know that they're all eating, but Wendy's back at the resort because she's sick. So Jassi says, Kiana, your energy changed from the moment I met you. It's very different. Kiana does agree to that. Now we have a producer asking Jassi if Wendy knew what Kiana said about her on a scale from 1 to 10, how upset would Wendy be? Jassi says an 8.5. So now Jassi says, look, Kay, how do you and I move on? What do you need from me? Kiana does not answer. And now Ashley says, you know what? Why don't you guys sleep on it? And I said, thank God that we're moving on from this, because I am so bored and so confused when it comes to why Kiana and Jassi are beefing. And I don't care. I really don't. And Jassi, I have some choice words for you as well, because that outburst in the middle of this episode was weird and it didn't land. And then Jassi, for you to get on Twitter and you're going off on people, don't come on these shows and have thin skin. For you to blame everything on production and editing, stop it. That crash out with Tia was uncalled for and it was just straight up weird. But we'll talk about that later on. So now Ashley, so Gizelle says tomorrow is the last day. They all ask her what's the, itinerary for tomorrow. And Gizelle says we're getting on another yacht. They all cheer. And I said, wow, we went from rowboats eating Subway sandwiches to now we are having 2 yachts back to back, full 7-course dinners, 5-star hotels, first class. God is too good. I said, won't he do it? But one of y'all had me screaming on Twitter because you said the only reason why they're going on nice vacations is because they're using Karen's salary. And I said, you know what? You're right. The minute Karen comes back next season, it'll be back to the Motel 8 or the Holiday Inn. Yes, honey. Yes, we did it, Joe. Exactly. The girls have moved on up. Okay, listen, Jameer. I said, once Karen comes back, it'll be back to the status quo of eating Wawa sandwiches or Subway or 7-Eleven, back on a rowboat. Yeah, yes, honey, beans and franks, yes. You said canned beans. And those red Solo cups, y'all have me screaming. Yes, honey, back to chicken shit bingo, yes. Oh no, not the halfway house brunch. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey, gas station sandwiches. Exactly. You said disposable pants, child. Karen was giving the girls Frank and beans and the 99-cent pants. She sure was. Hey, Kadayatu Torre, thank you for the super chat. Keeping you and your family in my prayers. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you for showing up for us today. We love and appreciate you. Oh, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for sending me a lot of love. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. I had to hop on here and talk to y'all. I miss you guys. And you guys raised my spirit. So I had to just hop on here real quick. But I love you. Thank you so much. Yes, honey. Dollar Tree tablecloths. Yes, Vienna sausages and saltine crackers. You said Lay's potato chips and a fireball. Exactly. I'm so glad I came on here tonight because y'all have me screaming. Yes. You said going from luxury back to poverty, just like Wendy. Oh, no. Now you know they're going to be mad at me because you said that, right? Y'all better stop it. Y'all live to get me in trouble. Okay? But honey, I'm in the midst of grief. So if you have a nasty comment, you better not type it tonight. Don't do it today. Don't do it today. Wait until next month. But don't get spicy with me today. Not today. Because I got something for you today. So don't do it. Give me some grace. Cut me some slack today. Thank you, Jameer. Thank you, Jameer. Let them know. Yes, honey. No contrarians today, child. Exactly. Let them know, Greg. Don't do it tonight, honey. Don't do it tonight. This the wrong day. This the wrong day. Try to say something slick to me, because I promise you it won't be nice. It will not be sweet or kind. I will really, so don't do it tonight. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. So yes, hey, let him know, Jameer. Let him know. Honk the horn on him, Jameer. Yes, honey, it's the wrong road today. Don't even think you got to sit up here and talk crazy to me. Not today. So anyhow, we see the owner of the restaurant, Mr. Sunshine, he brings over more shots, and Gizelle says it's shady shot time. So she names all the shots, right? So Ashley's shot is called the Duchess Darby. Tia's shot is called the Stylist. Gizelle says, Jassi, you're the bride, and you're also, what did she say? She said, Jassi, you're the bride, and I in my notes auto-corrected it to something else. Y'all, please forgive me. Let me know in the chat. What did she say Jassi was? She said, you're the bride, and you're also something else. My notes correct. Okay, stepmom. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. She said, you're also the stepmom. So Jassi's like, that's really shady. You're shady AF to say that. Now, Jassi, it's the truth. You're about to be stepmom to 2 outside babies, but girl, if you like it, then God bless you. So Gizelle says, here you, Stacy, here's your shot. It says nothing on it. Gizelle, I'm gonna just tell you just like this. I'm actually low-key enjoying Gizelle. She's giving me season 1 vibes when she was pleasant and I liked her. But Gizelle, you are really grating on my nerves with this beef that you have with Stacy. It's weird. Stacy has not done anything to you for you to keep going at her like this. And I'm sorry, Gizelle, but when you invite somebody on a trip, you have to treat them right the same way you treat everybody else. If everybody else had monogrammed robes, towels, toiletry kits, shot glasses, give that same treatment to Stacy, period. For you to sit up here and haze her like this, not have her name on her robe or the toiletry bag or now the shot glass, it's just like, why are we doing this? Like, Gizelle, let's not act like people have not said worse to you and about you. Karen has read you for filth. Monique has read you for filth. Candace, the list goes on and on and on. You have more smoke for Stacy than you've had for other people who really read you down. I'm not understanding why you just don't like this woman so much. It's weird. It's very tacky. It's very tacky. Just off of knowing how to host and entertaining. If I invite you somewhere, despite our history, I'm not going to invite you to exclude you and not have your name on the robes or the towels like I would have for everybody else. If I feel that strongly about you, I'm just not going to invite you. But this tacky behavior is really wearing me thin. I can't stand to see it. And Gizelle, I have to take a few points off because you're doing so well with this trip. When it comes to how you treat Stacy, no, ma'am. Yes, it's definitely giving that she sees Stacy as a threat. I agree. Yeah, I think Gizelle does not like that Stacy is not begging to be her friend. Yeah, I think it's that too, because Stacy pays it dust, and I'm here for all of that. So now, Gizelle says, I don't know if I should put her ex-husband's name, Timu, or if I should put Mrs. Samuels, meaning Chris Samuels. I'm just like, Gizelle, what are we talking about? Again, you are grasping at straws for why you don't like Stacy, and it's getting weird. So now Stacy says, try again, Gizelle, you can't shake me. I said, I know that's right. Nothing gets somebody more aggravated than when you pay them dust. And Stacy does it flawlessly, and I love that. So now we have Angel's shot glass. Gizelle's named it chin check. Angel says, I'll take it. And now she gives Kiana her shot glass, and it says Gizelle hater. So they're all confused. Gizelle says Kiana had a conversation with Wendy, and Wendy said, well, you hate Gizelle. And that bothered me. So now Gizelle says, the other day, Wendy let it be known that you have some residual feelings about me that are ridiculous. I've been nothing but supportive about you, Kay. Nothing but a champion for you and Greg, even when Greg didn't like you. So now Jassi's like, yeah, I'm confused because you've always genuinely liked Kiarna. You've always said good things about Kiarna. I'm confused to hear this. So now Kiarna says, no, she hasn't always said nice things about me. And then she says, I need Wendy to bring whatever her facts are about the conversation that you guys had about what I said. So Gizelle says, okay, we'll table this conversation until then. So now we see they get up from the table. We see Kenny, their singing tour guide. He's there at the restaurant. We see Mr. Sunshine, the owner of the restaurant, dancing with them. A really cute scene. And then we see Mr. Sunshine whispering in Jassi's ear that she's his favorite. When I tell you Mr. Sunshine could not get enough of Jassi, I said that was too cute. So now we are back at the resort, and Kiarna says, I'm exhausted and I have nothing left to give to these ladies at this point. And I said, Kiarna, you are determined. You and Angel are determined to bring the vibes of this group down. I said, my God, today it's enough. It's been you or Angel moping around. I don't understand what the issue is. I'm like, it's aggravating. Yes, Kiarna is very dramatic, very much so. Mr. Sunshine was sending me. Yes, he was adorable, honey. He was loving all of them, but he just said, listen, he was like, Jassi, I'll give you this restaurant if you let me, honey. He could not. I said, Jassi, if Darius acts up, know that you have Mr. Sunshine and Nevis. Okay. So now we cut to the producer's camera, and it shows us the footage of Ashley, Stacey, and Jassi talking. And I think it was in Ashley's villa. So Ashley says, apparently People Magazine got wind that you and Chris Samuels were out on a date. So Stacey says, look, for the last time, I was separated, going through a divorce. Chris was going through his divorce. My ex-husband Timo saw other people. I saw other people. She says, me and Chris, we hung out. Chris was one of the people that I went out on a date with. But did I have sex with him? I didn't have sex with anybody. We just hung out. That's that on that. So then she says, bottom line, I know Chris. He is super cool, very respectful. That's it. That's all. Now you have Ashley asking her, but did you F Chris? The woman just told you, I went out on a date with him and other people. No sex was involved. So why are you going to ask her again? Also, don't sit up here and question a grown person about what they do in their bedroom. If Stacey wants to bust it wide for whoever, that is her prerogative. That is her right. Who are you to question anybody? On top of that, this is such a non-issue because, like Stacey said, Chris is single. She was also single. She was divorced. So why does it matter if her and Chris dated? Who cares? I don't care. Do you? These are two grown people who are officially divorced. Stacey and Monique don't know each other. Stacey does not owe Monique any loyalty. So there's no girl code being broken. Again, Ashley, this whole entire situation is such a flop because nobody gives a damn about Stacey and Chris Samuels going out. Who cares? Yes, Ashley, find a storyline and leave Stacey alone. Exactly. Right, coming from the person who was Michael's second wife. Exactly. Ashley is so devoid of business. It's crazy. Ashley and Michael are a perfect match in every way. That's all I'll say for now. Exactly. And here's my thing. Ashley, how dare you question anybody about what they were doing with anybody when you were over here trying to keep Michael any which way you could, having threesomes and orgies and all that stuff. And it's no shade, it's no judgment. But my thing is, if I were you, I would not be questioning anybody about their sex life, their dating life, when you were over here doing God knows what to keep Michael, and he still did not want to be kept. So it's just like, again, not too much. You were tight-lipped about the whole threesome stuff with you and Michael, what he was doing. So it's, again, I just feel like if I were Stacey, I'd be reading you down about what you were doing with Michael. You want to question me, let's question you and what you were doing. Like, I don't like that. It's so annoying. Yeah, I would not explain a damn thing to Ashley either. Exactly. It's like, girl, who are you? I'm a grown woman. Don't you question me about anything. Who are you to question me like you're my parent? It's ridiculous. I was so annoyed with that. Hey, Kadaya to Torre, thank you for the super chat. Gizelle is evil. That even Greg didn't like her, had me screaming. And sis, how you let a male crusty feet embarrass you like that? I'm hurt. Honey, I'm still not over Greg and those ashy feet. You know, yes, Ashley is boring. I feel like, yes, exactly. Who the hell is Ashley to sit up here and question anybody? Listen, y'all, we're on the same wavelength. You said Ashley is asking about other people's sex lives because no one wants to picture her with that swamp creature in bed. Exactly. So now, Stacey says, once again, no, I did not F Chris. Now, I think that was my first time hearing Stacey curse. But anyhow, it's now the next morning. We see everybody getting ready for the day. Ashley's on FaceTime with her mom. We don't care about that. Respectfully, I don't care for Ashley's solo scene, so let's just breeze on by. We now see Tia, Kiarna, and Angel in a golf cart. They're getting coffee and tea. Angel says that she's going to approach this day with positivity. And Angel, as we saw later on, you failed. You completely missed the mark because you brought the entire party down. So now, she says, I cannot continue to dwell on what's happened. I can't let the negativity hold space up in my mind. Angel, you just are determined to have a problem. Like, you just want, like, one of y'all called her Eeyore, and it is so true. She reminds me a lot of Eeyore. The whole entire vibe is just so sad. It's like, Angel, enough. So now we see Wendy she's in her room. She says, Stacey comes over to her room. Stacey's like, oh, how are you feeling? Are you better? Wendy says, I do feel better. I'm not 100%, but I do feel better. So we find out that Wendy had a sinus infection. And now Stacey's showing that she had an allergic reaction on her lips. So she's like, Wendy, does it look bad? And Wendy's like, girl, like, Stacey, a mess. Now, again, I don't know what happened to Stacey's lip, but like, it was swollen. Like, the bottom lip was swollen, or the top lip was swollen. I said, girl, what is going on? We have Wendy sick, Angel's moping around. Now Stacey's lip is all blown up. I said, my God. So now we see them on the yacht, and they have monogram towels for everybody except for Stacey. Again, Gizelle, this whole shtick of you leaving Stacey out, it's stale, it's tired, it's a chop. So Gizelle says, when I first started leaving your name out, I did it because I didn't know who you were. But now I feel a bit better about you, Stacey. So now Stacey goes in to hug her, and Gizelle says, nope, that's too much. Now, Stacey, I would never give Gizelle that satisfaction. She's been dogging you out for the last 5 episodes. Don't sit up here and hug her. The way she's been playing in your face, leaving you out, not putting your name on the towels or the robes. I said, no. Again, Gizelle, why host this trip and invite Stacey to do her like that? Like, it's just not right. So now Gizelle brings up that her, Wendy, and Kiarna need to have a talk. Wendy's like, why are we having a threesome? I don't want any parts of the drama. I'm here for a good time. Take me out of the group chat. Now, Wendy, come close, because I will be just tapping you slightly. Like, Wendy, I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm going to give you your props because you made so much sense. And I agreed with you at the end of this episode. I was here with you. But Wendy, when it comes to this situation with, Kiarna and Gizelle and you, and girl, you started this whole mess with Kiarna and Gizelle again. Like, I just so we're clear, Wendy definitely did stir the pot, bringing this old stuff up. So Wendy, I gotta tap you on the wrist for this, because I said, girl, you know good and well you were messy to even bring this up, this 2-year-old drama up. So now they're all sitting around at the table, and Gizelle brings up the shady shot night last night, and she says, I named Kiarna's glass the Gizelle hater. She says, I was confused about y'all's conversation. So my question for Kiarna was, when did you decide to hate me? What did I do to you for you to not like me anymore? The confusion was real. And then she said, well, let's wait until Wendy's here to talk about this together. And now Wendy's here. So Kiarna says, well, basically, I don't think I ever said I don't like you. I just said that I was upset with you. I was upset about the situation that happened in the nightclub. We all remember what happened. No need for me to rehash it, right? We all remember season 8. That was a hot mess. Ashley's raggedy friend coming to fight and assault, a hot mess, right? So she says, I shared with Wendy that I was very upset with Gizelle because you didn't even reach out to me. You didn't call me. It was never hate. I was just upset that you did not reach out. And I vocalized that to you at the reunion 2 years ago. They played the flashback of the season 8 reunion where Kiarna did say that. So let me just stop right here. Kiarna is valid in her I said this on Twitter. Kiarna and Gizelle's feelings are both valid. But at the same time, I just don't want to hear about 2-year-old stale tea anymore. And I was annoyed that we were going around and around talking about this situation that happened 2 seasons ago. Like, enough already. So now Gizelle says, let's back up, because at that time, my dad was in the hospital with a brain tumor, with a brain tumor cancer. When I walked out of that GNA event, I hopped on a plane to Atlanta. My dad was in surgery in ICU, and shortly after, he passed away. You went to a plastic surgeon to get your situation straight. My father is no longer here. Kay, you were the furthest thing from my mind. Kiarna says, yeah, and that's okay. So Gizelle says, for you to think that I should have called you during the worst time of my life, that's a high maintenance friend. She says, Kiarna, that's bonkers. Now, here's my thing. I was really irritated at how, like, why wasn't this brought up last season? Gizelle and Kiarna have been fine. So the fact that we are now rehashing this and Gizelle and Kiarna are both hurt, I was just like, why are we doing this right now? And again, Wendy, I have to just whack you, because I'm like, girl, why'd you have to say anything? Because this was already resolved, and now we're bringing this back up, and like, it's hurt feelings on both sides. Now I was so confused. This is 2-year-old stuff. My thing is this: Kiarna is right. Gizelle is right. Both of their feelings are valid. Gizelle, girl, I understand. I lost my dad unexpectedly. He was young, healthy. So I get it. I was not thinking about this. If I was in your position, I would not be thinking about anybody else too. Like, I get that, right? I totally get that. But at the same time, I'm just irritated that we're talking about this again. Like, enough. Like, again, like I said, in this situation, they were both right. Kiarna is valid to feel like, Gizelle, you blamed me for the fight and you didn't reach out to me. And Gizelle's also valid to say, well, girl, my dad was on his deathbed. He passed away. So I wasn't thinking about you and what you had going on. That's valid too, because I get that. I see both sides. I can relate to Gizelle, because when a parent dies, it is devastating. So I get that. Like, I get it. So now we have Gizelle saying that, Kiarna says, Gizelle says, I didn't realize that it was that deep where you were like, I hate her. So Kiarna says, no, it actually wasn't. So now Wendy jumps in and says, it was giving that. So Kiana says, well, actually, those are your feelings, Wendy. You told me that Gizelle was the worst person on the planet. So Wendy says, well, I said that to her face. That's the difference. So now Gizelle says, Kiana, I've been nothing but nice to you. And now Kiana says, to Wendy, I'm not even thinking about your behind. And Wendy's like, so why are you talking to me then? So Kiana says, Kiana says, that was nothing new about your stank ass ways. And Wendy's like, now what did I do? So now Wendy goes on to say that Kiana has vehemently blamed Ashley for her incident that happened at the club. And she said that she basically hated Gizelle, but now I'm sneaky and I'm the snake. No, Kiana's fake. Again, Wendy, let's be honest. You were messy for bringing this old stuff up. Like, if we're being really honest, for you to even, throw that out there a few episodes ago about how Kiana hates Gizelle, you knew what you were doing. That was messy. And I'm sorry, we should not still be harping on 2-year-old stuff that was resolved at the reunion 2 years ago. If anything, they should have had a conversation about this last season, not this season. But I said, yeah, Wendy, girl, you knew what you were doing. And I'll say this, Wendy is in her veteran era because Miss Mama said, I'm here to stir the pot, throw rocks, let everybody else fight and watch and sit back and eat my popcorn and kiki with Gizelle and be one of the cool girls. I'm not mad at it. Wendy's having a good season. Despite how I feel about Miss Wendy right now, Wendy is having a good season and she is enjoying sitting back and watching the newbies go at it while she sits pretty with Gizelle. All right. So now I think that Tia is an amazing addition. I love how Tia jumped in as the mediator and she validated both of the women. She said, Kiana, I understand you were assaulted. You were humiliated 2 years ago. I get your pain. Your feelings are valid. But as a woman who lost her father, I understand where Gizelle's coming from. So I get both sides. Again, I think that Tia is such a phenomenal addition. And I love the fact that she's the voice of reason when the other women are spiraling. I loved it. So now she has, Gizelle says, I feel like I've been a good friend to you, Kiana, so I was taken aback and shocked by what Wendy said. So Kiana says, I know this sincerely and I apologize about it if I did not fully express myself and the magnitude of which I was upset, but you were telling people that I was the aggressor in that fight and that was upsetting to me. If this happened to any of you, I would have done the same thing. And Gizelle says, this was much needed conversation. Sometimes a better, deeper friendship is on the other side of something tough. So she says, glad that it's out in the open. And she says, Kiana, I love you. I want nothing but the best for you. Now, I will say, I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but I was waiting for Gizelle to acknowledge Kiana's feelings, and I never heard it. Again, as somebody who lost their father, I know the pain that Gizelle feels, right? I sympathize, I empathize, I get it. But at the same time, you can also acknowledge your friend's pain too. And I was waiting for her to say, girl, I was in a horrible space. Losing a parent is devastating. And you know what? I'm sorry that I blamed you for the fight. Like, I should not have said that. And the fact that Gizelle just brushed over what she said, I was kind of like, okay, I'll give Gizelle a pass for that, but I did make a note of it that Gizelle did not really acknowledge or validate Kiana's feelings. Because like I told y'all, they're both valid. They both have, they're both correct. They both have the right to feel how they feel. Because being assaulted is horrible too. Losing a parent is horrible. It's devastating. But you know what I'm saying? Being assaulted is not a walk in the park either. So I felt like Gizelle could have also said, you know what, girl, if you felt like I didn't have your back or I blamed you for the assault, I'm sorry for that. Like, I was waiting for her to say that and she didn't say that. And I just said, okay, Gizelle, all right, girl, like, you kind of have a hard time apologizing or, but I said, all right, let's just move on from this whole entire thing. Gizelle gave her once a year apology already this season. That's true. She already gave it to Angel. She apologized to Angel 6 times, so Kiarna's not getting a thing. Kay wouldn't have been happy no matter what. They discussed it, but Kiarna was not truly over it. Yes, and I feel like that's on Kiarna because Kiarna should have brought this up last season if she was not over it. Season 9 should have been the time where they had hashed it out fully. And it's just, again, y'all, I don't want to hear about old stuff anymore. It's too much. Her and Kay were not friends at the time. No, they were friends at the time. Kiarna and Gizelle were tight when the whole thing happened. Unless I have it wrong. Kiarna had the chance to bring it up last year. No, she did. I think if Jassi did apologize, Kiarna would still be in her feelings. That's very true. I'm noticing that we have very low expectations of Gizelle's behavior. We hold her to a lower standard. I don't know if it's holding her to a lower standard. I think it's the fact that when you see a pattern in people, it would be foolish of us to expect more. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we hold it to a lower standard. I think it's the fact that we know how Gizelle is. Gizelle is somebody who's not going to apologize. So when you know that, why try to aggravate yourself by trying to squeeze blood out of a turnip? You know what I'm saying? Yes, we just know how she operates. Exactly. But like I said, y'all, both I was on Kiarna's side and I was on Gizelle's side. Both of their feelings were valid. I think that the true culprit in this was Wendy stirring this whole mess back up in the first place. But I digress. I'm just being honest, y'all. We cannot ignore the fact that Wendy stirred this whole thing up and sat back and drank her champagne and looked on quietly, okay? So now, Gizelle and Kiarna are good. I said, thank God. Let's move on. So we now have, they're all having fun. They're taking pictures. We see Jassi and Ashley in the water swimming. And now they are changing for dinner on the yacht because they're going to a restaurant for dinner. So they arrive to the restaurant. Beautiful restaurant. It's like it's called the Orchid Bay Beach House Restaurant. Stunning. So now we see them sitting down. The food looks amazing. So they're all eating, having a good time. So Ashley brings up Jassi's wedding and her bridal arrangements. So she's like, "It's a big time for you, Jassi. Do you feel like you've done all the bridal things?" And Jassi says that her and Darius had a co-ed bachelor party. I said, "Girl, I'm sure you did. You wanted to make sure that there wasn't a third outside baby before this wedding." No shade. But I just said, I'm sure you did have a co-ed bachelor party because, your man can't be trusted. Just saying. So Angel says, please have the most fun during the last week of your wedding. Live in the moment. And now Gizelle goes on to ask Stacey if Stacey's going to Jassi's wedding. So Stacey says, I believe so. And I said, well, what do you mean you believe so? That's one of your good friends, right? Why wouldn't you attend her wedding? So Stacey says, oh, Ashley goes on to ask, you were asked to be a bridesmaid, right? And Stacey says, yes, I was, but I declined because of family reasons, and we talked about it. So now Stacey gives this long-winded excuse for why she did not want to be a bridesmaid. She says that she has her business launch. It's coinciding with Jassi's wedding. I said, what does your weed line have to do with being in Jassi's wedding? Like, girl, if you don't want to be a bridesmaid, just say that. I get it. I don't want to be in the wedding party either. I like to be a guest. I want to wear what I want to wear. All the responsibilities of being in the bridal party. No, thank you. No, I want to be a guest. Let me give you your gift. Let me have a good time. You know what I'm saying? So I would have just said, no, thank you. I'll be a guest. I'll be there for you, but I don't need to be in the wedding. Okay. If you don't want to be a bridesmaid, just say that. But this going around the mulberry bush with this excuse, I said, like bridesmaids like Nene. So now she has, oh no, wait, where am I? So now she says, I want to support my friend, but this is life changing for me. Um, this is the legacy that I want to leave for Arabella, and I have to be careful with my decisions. I said, Stacy, what does leaving a legacy have to do with being a bridesmaid in your friend's wedding? If you don't want to be in the bridal party, just say that. But this excuse that you're giving makes no sense. I said, how did we get here? Yes, Ashley is such an instigator. She is. Okay. Listen, being a bridesmaid sounds like hell. Listen. So anyhow, Jassi says, I love Stacy. I love her to be a part of my wedding as much as she has the capacity for. And Stacy's like, yeah, we're good. Like, we're good. We're fine. So now we cut to Gizelle's confessional, and she says, let's be clear. Stacy did not know whether Jassi was going to be in this group, meaning be back on the show again. And she says, so Stacy was the one to throw Jassi in the wedding in the trash until she knew that Jassi would be back on the show. She says that Stacy is not a real friend. She says the minute that Stacy found out that she's back on the show, she said, okay, I'll go to your wedding. Now, I know that because it's Gizelle, we tend to not believe what she's saying. We tend to believe that she's stirring up mess or lying on somebody, but I'm not going to hold you. I do like Stacy, but I would not be surprised if that were her thought process. Let's not act like, y'all, listen to me. Let's not act like some of these housewives don't view things in this lens once they get on the show. Those egos blow up, the heads swell up, and a lot of these women act like they cannot be bothered with people who are no longer on the show or people who are not famous. So I would not be surprised if maybe there was a bit of that. Again, I'm not saying that Gizelle might be putting some extra sauce on it, but I would not be surprised. A lot of these women get like that. The minute they get on these shows, they cannot be bothered with anybody who's not on the show anymore or people who are not famous. They want to be with only people who are famous just like them, and that's it. Stacy seems nice. I like Stacy, but I would not be surprised if there is a bit of a social climbing aspect. I have to be honest. Gizelle might be on the money about that. It wouldn't surprise me if that were the case. Some of these women do look down on the friends of the show. Like, that is a thing too, where they'll be like, oh, well, you're only a friend of, like, do I really want to go to your event? You're just a friend of. There is some of that in these situations. So, yeah, Gizelle doesn't sound all the way wrong. She did clock Stacy about her starting a weed business. That's true. No, it's very true. That's keeping it real. No, it's very true. Yeah, it's definitely not new for the housewives. You said Stacy was like, I can't be a bridesmaid. I have to water my dog and walk my plant. Yeah, honey, she said, I have to walk my pet fish. Okay. She said, I have to walk my pet fish, honey. I can't be a bridesmaid in your wedding. Oh my gosh. Yes, everything changes once the camera shines on them. No, it's true. It's very true. Gizelle might not be off the mark. She might be right. Yes, honey, her pet fish has separation anxiety, okay? Yes, Mia did it last season with Kay before they knew Kiana was a housewife that season. Yes, she did. And remember how Mia ditched Jassi and Stacy in Miami? There's very much that mindset of, well, I really can't be around you because you're not full-time. You're not on the show anymore. Like, you're just, like, there's a lot of that going on with these housewives. A lot of them are social climbers. They cannot be seen with you if you do not have the same status or the money. So I wouldn't be surprised if Stacy did do that. Okay. All right. Hey, Kadaya 2 Torre, thank you for the super chat. She created the group chat and added the members. Yes. Hey, Robert, thank you for the super chat. My condolences again to you and your loved ones, Brooke. Thank you so much, Robert. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Asking someone you met yesterday to be in your wedding is insane. That just reeks of desperation and, oh, you're my new best friend, childish mindset. Yeah, I think, that's a good point too. Brooke, this is so random, but every time I need to pick me up, I watch your Miami Live where people were fighting over the cake. Oh my gosh, that was a mess. That was a day. So anyhow, Tia says, Jassi, I feel like we've gotten to know each other and you've been quite kind to me. But yesterday, when you said the whole thing about the catfish thing, and you said that I do the same thing with the filters, it made me go on your page, and I feel like our filterization is about the same. So they put both of their pictures side by side, and they both use filters. So Jassi's like, not at all. If you scroll down my page, most of my pictures are unfiltered. So Tia says, I was trying to diffuse the situation, and you were trying to heighten the fire. So now, all of a sudden, Jassi takes this all the way left, like crashes out. And she's like, let me tell you something, Tia. She's putting her fork in Tia's face. Baby, let me tell you something. Jassi, you would have one time before you ever put your fork or knife in my face at the dinner table. Absolutely not. That fork would have gone flying. Don't put your fork down. I don't know this new obsession with putting a fork, pointing your fork in somebody's face. Absolutely not. Like, stop. I was so irritated. And Jassi, I was really trying to root for you, but you are trying my patience. I don't know what's going on, but it's giving desperation to get a flu and it's not landing. So anyhow, she says, you came into this group like, I don't know what's going on. She's mocking her accent. And now she says, you try to come in with good intentions, but I'm watching you. You're the same one who sat in the van and told me, oh my gosh, the owner of the restaurant likes you. He was looking at you. And she starts screaming 14 days before my wedding. She says, don't play with me, Tia. I said, girl, again, what are we doing? And you're doing all this and all that. I'm just like, what is going on? They're all confused. We're all confused. I'm just like again, Jassi, this moment did not land and you look ridiculous. So now Tia's like, wait, what's going on? So Tia says, we took a group picture with Mr. Sunshine, and he specifically said that he wanted Jassi standing next to him. So Angel says, Tia was very worried about you being offended about Mr. Sunshine. So Tia says, we got in the car, and I said to you, Mr. Sunshine thought that you were beautiful. And I joked and told you, tell Darius that he has some competition. So now Jassi says, you have to be careful with what you say. My man does not have any competition. I said, Jassi, it was a joke. People joke like that all the time. And also says, if we're being really honest, it's good for a man to have some competition. My grandma, my mom would always, it's good for a man to be on his toes about you. A man that you're with should feel like he should be a bit nervous. You should have a man on his toes. It's better for a man to be on his toes about you than the other way around. He should be nervous. You're over there nervous about him, about where he's going, and if he has some more outside children. Girl, you made no sense being mad at Tia because she said that the owner of the restaurant likes you. Are you insane? I said a mess. I said an absolute mess. I said, girl, you don't have a leg to stand on. You look ridiculous. And like I said, it's good for a man to be a bit nervous when you step out. Like he should know that other men are checking for you. If we're being honest, Jassi, I thought you of all people should know that. You're with an athlete. Like, what are you talking about? And also, Jassi, for you to crash out over something so trivial shows me that you're not secure in this marriage at all. You are nervous, and is giving that Darius will pick up and leave at the drop of a hat, and you are scared to death. Because what do you mean you're yelling at Tia because she made a joke saying that the old guy at the restaurant liked you? What? A mess. Okay, yes, honey. So y'all listen. Okay, they need to let them know. Let them know. Let them know. Okay, I always make sure to let it be known when a man hits on me to my boyfriend. You're absolutely right. They should feel like they need to be on their toes. They should. When a man feels comfortable around you, honey, you've lost the plot. You need to regroup. Cause listen, y'all, I'm just telling you what I know. Is you're in a dangerous position if he feels comfortable. He needs to be on his be on his toes when it comes to you, not the other way around. A mess. So now you have Kiarna jumping in and saying, "Well, it was tongue in cheek," and Jassi, no, now Kiarna, you've been trying it, but you had me screaming in this confessional when she said, Jassi, we know that Mr. Sunshine is no competition for Darius. We're talking about a man with 2 teeth and 2 dreads. And production was so messy, putting that side by side of them up. Oh my gosh. So now Gizelle says Jassi and Darius have had a lot to overcome to get down the aisle. May I tell you something? I'm speaking for me. Again, I'm speaking for me, for all the folks in the back. I'm speaking for me, myself, and I. I am so tired of women acting like cheating is part of the ups and downs of a relationship or a marriage. For you to say that it's been a lot of ups and downs and hurdles, cheating is not a hurdle. I just feel like for Gizelle to act like it's a hurdle. I mean, I guess Gizelle would know because Jamal was cheating on her prior to them getting married. He was cheating during their engagement. So I guess she understands where Jassi's coming from because she dealt with it too. But I'm just like, that should not be looked at as a hurdle to overcome. Y'all know that is a deal breaker for me. I'm leaving. I find out about it. I see it. I'm out. Shout out to everybody. I have fun. I'm not putting up with that. I'm not. And I'm damn sure I'm not going to put up with that before marriage. It's only going to get worse if you get like I'll never understand that mindset. But you know what? Let me be quiet. I know that everybody's not the same. You have some women who feel like that's just what men do and they don't mind it as long as they got a man, as long as they have a piece of a man, they don't care. But not me, girl, not me. But I don't understand that whole mindset of that's a hurdle or ups and downs. No, ups and downs are money problems or health problems or something, but not cheating. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. So we're on the same page. Oh, I might have to give you an early morning SLC if I have time because that SLC that scene with Bronwyn and Whitney and the way I'm reading all the Bronwyn fans for Phil who said that I was projecting on their marriage. I can't. Oh, SLC is going to be a whole sermon, honey. So you just hold on. Okay, please. So now we see a flashback scene of when Gizelle and Jassi went out to lunch. And Jassi says that they have 2 counselors. You have 2 counselors and you guys aren't even married yet. So at no point are you saying in your brain, maybe this ain't it. This is not the man for me. If you need to have 2 counselors, a pastor, a counselor, prayer warriors to help your man stop cheating, and you're not even married yet, you're not thinking at any point, this is not the man for me. I said, Jassi, you are holding on to this man by his ankles because absolutely not. A mess, y'all, a hot mess. I said, okay, girl, you are determined to be with this man by hook or by crook. A mess. So now Gizelle goes on to say, I can relate. It takes a lot of trust to rebuild, but to come at Tia with a fork is a bit too much. I said, well, yeah, when you put up with a whole bunch of nonsense, her foundation is built on sand. So I'm not surprised that she's acting out like this because it's a hot mess. So now Gizelle is like, no, Tia apologizes. Now Tia I don't know why you apologize. You made a silly, funny, cute joke. Jassi overreacting and going crazy, that's not your problem. That's a her problem. Why are you apologizing? And then the fact that she didn't even apologize to you for putting that fork in your face and screaming at you for no reason. I said, no, ma'am. I was so irritated by that. I said, no, Jassi, you wouldn't have gotten anything from me. I would not have said sorry to you. I would have given you my ass to kiss, if I'm being honest. You wouldn't have gotten anything. I would have eaten my food and paid you dust. I was so annoyed. So now Jassi says, I accept your apology, but don't be a shady MF. I said, okay, girl. Now, Jassi, I saw you on Twitter crashing out again, saying that during this scene, production cut out some pieces to make her look crazy. No, nobody made you look crazy. You made yourself look crazy. I need you girls to stop acting stupid and then blaming it on production. Does production edit things to make you look crazy sometimes? Yes. But in this case, that was purely on you. Take accountability and say, you know what? I crashed out for no reason and I'm sorry. Say that. But I know good and well that they did not splice anything up. You were acting crazy over nothing. A mess. So now we have Tia joking around about she's offended by them making fun of her accent. And then she says, I'm just joking. So now they're asking Wendy if she's okay. Wendy says she's due for her antibiotic. We now see them eating. They have pasta, they have pizza, salad. Again, the food looks phenomenal. We actually see Kiana and Wendy getting along. So now Gizelle says the bachelorette party is happening after dinner. We're going to be slutty. It's going to be fun. So now they're heading back to the resort. They're back on the yacht to head back to the Four Seasons. And we see 30 minutes later on our screen. So we see that the cameras and the audio took a break, but the girls are still like mic'd up. No, the girls aren't mic'd up. Forgive me for that. So now we see some like really grainy footage of them back at the resort, and they're in the golf carts back to their villas. So we see Wendy, Jassi, Stacy, and Angel in one golf cart together. And we hear Stacy saying that after dinner on our way back to the villa, the cameras were down, the mics were off, and we hear Jassi and Angel in a very heated conversation. So now we hear Angel saying to Jassi, she's very jealous of me. She's a snaggletooth, stringy hair, hot piece of trash. Then she says, the bitch is ugly. So I'm like, wait, who is she talking about? Because she can't be talking about anybody on the cast, because you could say what you want about Potomac, but nobody on this cast is ugly. Everybody on the cast is pretty, right? In my opinion. We don't have any. Yeah, Potomac does not have an unattractive face on the cast. The girls look good, right? So I was just like, girl, who is she talking about? Like, who's ugly? Like, what? Like, what? So now, we have Stacy and Wendy like eavesdropping. They're both confused. Like, who is she talking about? So, forgive me, y'all. So anyhow, so Stacy says, I hear Angel talking about someone is trying to harm her family or get with Bobby. And I just said, woo, child. So now we see everybody in their villas. They're getting ready for Jassi's bachelorette party, aka slut night. So Gizelle told the ladies to dress in a slut-themed outfit. Now I have to say, I actually thought that Stacy's milkmaid costume was cute. It was very camp. It was like, I thought it was sexy. It was getting very much like, you know, the sexy milkmaid for like role playing. Like I thought it was cute. Like, it was very Stacy. It worked for her. I was here for it. So now we have wait, hold on. Okay, no. So we see Wendy. Wendy's like, I'm giving international slut. Stacy's giving local slut. Wendy looked good. So Wendy's like, Stacy, did you hear what Jassi and Angel were talking about? Who in the world were they talking about? Like, what was that about? So Stacey says, I don't know, but it felt very uncomfortable. I could only hear bits and pieces. So now we cut to Gizelle and Ashley's villa. And that's where they're having Jassi's bachelorette party, right? That's what, yeah, the bachelorette party. So it's all, decorated. They have like the penis and vagina straws. Like it's just, they went all out. So I have to say, Gizelle was giving us sexy ringmaster of the circus. Gizelle, that was actually one of your best looks. Like it was sexy. Gizelle's body was giving. I said, okay, Gizelle, like Gizelle looked good. So now I'm not trying to be funny. Ashley's astronaut costume did not do it for me. I don't know what that was. It wasn't giving. It was not giving sex to me. That's just me though. But yeah, I thought Ashley had one of the weakest costumes in my opinion. Yes, honey, Gizelle's body was bodying. Okay, you said Francis has entered the chat. Yes, Gizelle was cute. Yes, Ashley. I was not here for Ashley's outfit at all. Okay. So now Tia comes in with a robe. They're all like, girl, are you going to take it off? Tia says no. She's a modest slut. I'm not surprised because Tia does give you very much like, something, leave something for the imagination, like, very covered up. So I got that from Tia. But Tia looked good though. Like the hair, makeup done. She looked good, right? But yes, Tia was getting very much like covered up. So now we have Kiarna and Angel arrive. I thought Kiarna looked good. She was a very sexy cowgirl. Now, was it just me or did it feel like production, the cameras never really panned to Angel's outfit? Like I never really saw it. I know Angel was dressed as an angel, but I never really saw it. Like they weren't really showing it. So I couldn't really get a gauge of how sexy it was. But I felt like they were not really giving Angel's costume like anything. But I still think it was better than Ashley's astronaut costume. All right. So now Wendy comes in. Wendy looked good. Wendy says she's a slutty professor. Class is always in session. Now Wendy, now don't get mad. I'm gonna make a joke and it is what it is, okay? I said, now Wendy, this is what you should have been doing. You should have been doing some of this, giving us a slutty professor on OnlyFans and not doing what y'all did with insurance. You could have made that money legally. Girl, they would have emptied out their wallets for you, okay? I'm just saying, Wendy, you should have been doing that from jump. You said you already saw the joke coming. I said, Wendy, honey, listen, you would have made bank. What? You would have made bank. Like, girl, you could have made that money easily. You could have gotten that $450. You could have gotten that easily on some OnlyFans. What? A little Brazzers tea, girl. Exactly. Listen, honey, both. Listen, both, okay? Y'all are so funny. Honey, she could have paid them student loans. Wendy, you could have made so much bank. You would not have had to go back to Gucci and Dior and return those bags and shoes from 2018. Mama, you could have made bank, all right? Yes, honey, a little yin, yin, yin around the house. Y'all, okay, wait. The fact that I know y'all are about to cut up in these next 5 minutes, because this scene had me screaming. The fact that I already know that it's about to be real live in this chat. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if you're a prude, if you don't like all this talk, then get off the live because baby, my subscribers cut up. We love a good little, a little nasty piece of something. All right. So if you're a prude, if you have kids in the room, get the kids out because we're having some fun tonight. Yeah. Yes, honey, it's adult hour, okay? You guys have me screaming. Okay, you said Eddie could have dressed like an oiled up cop. Listen, y'all, do you mind? I'm gonna read the super chats at the end, okay? We're on a roll right now. I already know it's gonna be lit. So just I'm gonna read if you super chatted me, I will read it at the end. Okay. Is that okay? Are we good? All right. So okay, y'all. You guys are so silly. No, because listen, you have some subscribers who are like, oh, I didn't know it's gonna be, this raunchy. I can't believe like we're not doing this. So I'm letting you know right now. If you saw the episode, if you did not watch the episode, this is very sexual. If you don't like all this sex talk, then get out. All right, because we're gonna be talking in here. And I see that nobody's left the chat. So anyhow, Stacy comes in. They're all trying to clown Stacy, and I said, you can say what you want, but Stacy was really giving. It was giving what I liked. Stacy did her thing. So now Stacy's speaking that German when she said she's not a slut, but she is spicy in German. I said, all right, Stacy. I said, I know that's right. So now we see Jassi arrive. Jassi looked phenomenal. So they have the special throne for Jassi to sit on. So, they give her a drink. They put the sash on Jassi. She's like, we have penises everywhere. We have handcuffs, all that. So now it's time to play games. So now we catch Angel saying to Kiarna off to the side, she's like, Kiarna, are my wings bending? Because that's how I feel right now. I feel deflated. She says, I'm trying to muster enthusiasm because I'm excited for Jassi, but I'm very bothered by the conversation that we had and I'm tired. I said, Angel, hear me and hear me clearly. If you are in a bad mood, stay away from the rest of the group. Personally, my misery does not love company. When I am out in front of people, I'll put on a very happy face. For you to say, oh, are my wings deflated? Because that's how I feel right now. It's not about you right now. You guys are in Nevis. It's the last night. Have a good time. You're celebrating Jassi. Let's leave it at that. It's like you are determined to make this all about you and your sadness, and we're not doing it. I said, Angel, you look crazy right now. Like it's giving very much, if you can't be happy, then nobody else can be happy. And that's not how this works. Suck it up or go back to bed and call your husband up and vent to him. But we're not here for this. I was so annoyed. I was so aggravated because I'm one of those people, I can't stand moody people. I do nope. If I am in a bad mood, I will not go out that night. I won't come on here. I won't get on here and talk to y'all if I'm in a bad mood. I will not be around people. I do not like to feel like I'm bringing the group down. I'm not going to fish for sympathy either. I'm not going to pout and whine and be like, oh, I don't want you to ask me, oh, are you okay? Are you okay? That's so childish. Grow up. It's just so, I was so annoyed by that. So now Giselle's like, we have a surprise. We're going to give Jassi a lap dance. So they're all, dancing on Jassi. Tia knows how to twerk. I said, don't let that robe fool you, honey. Tia was twerking. So now, excuse me, y'all. Sorry about that. You said Tia is still Nigerian. I'm screaming. You said Angel got you coughing now. Yes, honey. She said, girl, shut up. The spirit of Angel and Wendy choking you. You said, skip Ashley, please, Brooke. So now we see Wendy spanking Jassi. Now, Wendy talks a good game, but Wendy, we need you to do better than that. I said, girl, what kind of, I mean, that was like a tap. That was like a love tap. I said, girl, I said, Wendy, on another note, maybe OnlyFans wouldn't be for you because nobody wants to see no light spanking. Let me stop it. So anyhow, you said, child, that's probably why she couldn't do OnlyFans. You said Wendy was giving Mother Goose. Y'all have me screaming. You said her heart wasn't in it. It was getting very much shy. Yes, it was getting like she seemed so shy. I was just like, Wendy, you talk a good game. Girl, you got your body done for what, honey? Like, girl, what is going on? You said, yes, honey, commit to it, okay? Commit to it. Stop it. You said Wendy was thinking about them fraud charges. Oh my God. Y'all have me screaming. You will not sit up here and do me today. You will not sit up here and do me today. Y'all have me screaming, honey. You said, y'all will not sit up here and do that. You said, y'all better stop tonight. Okay, I see where this chat is going. Okay, y'all. So then they blindfolded Jassi. They tied her up. Now I know y'all wanted me to skip this part, but we do have to talk about this. So she's sitting down, tied up and blindfolded. And we see Ashley has a chocolate body pen. And she's like, I'm gonna put it all over Jassi. So like she puts it on her chest. She writes Darius' name on Jassi's chest. And now she licks it off of her. So you have Wendy talking about what in the Jehovah? I said, not Wendy getting all holy now. So now they're all squealing. Stacey says, oh no, so now it's Stacey's turn. Now listen, that whole naive schoolgirl, nice girl act never fooled me. I said, no, say what you want. Stacey might act prude, but behind closed doors, Stacey gets down. Because this scene, I said, oh, Stacey. I said, Stacey, come get your baddie's chain, okay? So Stacey's like, I was so impressed with that first go round. I want you to stand up and bend it over so I can whip you again. I said, Stacey, what? Stacey had me sitting up. I said, what? Yes, no. Stacey does. No, she is. She is. I said, they might clown Stacey, but that's why Stacey's man is coming back for round 2. So now Stacey's like, I'm going to do it to you the German way. She says, say please in German. So she's like, how do you say please? I think it was like bitte. Is that how you say it in German? So she's making her say it in German, and she is. I said, child, I said, Stacey, I see why your ex-husband wants to come back and do this thing again. Say what you want about Stacey. Wendy, that's what you should have gave. Stacey was giving what the other girls were supposed to have gave. Shout out to Rolling Ray. Listen, I said, excuse me, Stacey, I was not familiar with your game. I said, Stacey, they were all looking like, well, damn, like, bend me over too. Gizelle and Ashley both got a bit tingly watching it because you have Ashley saying, oh, I get down with that. I said, girl, we know. But I said, now, Stacey, they might have been laughing at that milkmaid outfit, but Stacey, knows what to do. Yes, Stacey said, I'm not stiff no more. Exactly. Yeah, you said from QVC to the red light district. Y'all have me screaming, please. Y'all are too much. Y'all have me screaming, okay? Yes, honey. Stacy, I said, girl, you did that, right? So, look at y'all. We have 869 people in the chat. It's 69 is real fitting. Let me stop it. Look at y'all. Y'all want a little late night, talk a little late night session. Look at you. Look at the chat jumping up. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh. Y'all have me screaming tonight. Okay. So now they're all having a great time. And wait, whose turn is it? Oh, it's Angel's turn. So she's like, turn around, I'm gonna handcuff you. Now, the way Angel handcuffed Jassi, it was so stiff and dry. I said, girl, what is this energy? I said, Angel, you were better off sitting back down and being silent. Because she was like, turn around, let me handcuff you. She put the handcuffs on her so dry. I said, girl, what is this? I would have said, girl, take these off of me and go back to your villa. Let somebody else do it. I don't need you in this dry energy coming to me with this. So, yes, she was so boring. It was so monotone. So now Jassi says, what's my crime? And Angel says, having a big mouth. So Jassi's like, oh, well, that might be why I'm getting married then. And now they all start squealing. And so mind you, Jassi's also double jointed. So she flips her arms over and gets the handcuffs off herself. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, okay, Jassi, if this career in reality television does not work out for you, you have a spot on OnlyFans, Brazzers. You have a spot right there. I said, you have a spot. Yes, Darius is a fool. He had that at home. Exactly. It was so sudden. I said, y'all have me screaming. Oh, yes. Imagine being such a bobblehead, wasting it on that man. No, that was a flex. That was a flex. Okay. That was a flex. You said, y'all have me screaming. Okay. So, anyhow, that's why Mr. Sunshine was on it. So, anyhow, Tia says that Darius is a very lucky man. So now Giselle's like, Jassi, do you have a big mouth? No, she's like, Angel, are you saying that she's a big mouth because Darius is happy, or did you say something that you're not supposed to say? So Angel says, well, yeah, not to y'all though. So now Angel says, it's no shade. It's your bachelorette. Let's just have some fun. Now, Angel, you've already killed the vibe, so it's a bit too late to say, well, it's your bachelorette, let's have fun, because now they're all wondering, well, what were you talking about? So now Wendy says, I have a question, Angel. What were you talking about on the golf cart? I've never heard you talk like that before. So now Angel says, apparently somebody messaged Jassi about me. They gave her some incorrect information. Jassi says, yes, I told her that, and I pulled her to the side to tell her off camera. I heard that there were instances where Angel made people feel excluded and left out. And Jassi says, me and Angel know the same people. I didn't ask for this information. Says some of the people reached out to me and gave me background tea on Angel, saying that she's not the nicest person. So now Angel says, I'm going to take over now. When I first started dating Bobby, a young lady reached out to me to welcome me into the Chicago circle. I was friends with her. She started being friends with her. And then all of a sudden, his agent, his financial advisor, and his mentor called him on three-way and told him that I had stolen money out of his account and I had gotten off of birth control so I could get pregnant by him without his knowledge. So then she says, the girl relayed this info to Bobby's agent, and when I found this out, I let her have it. So now Angel's like, was it another wag who came to you with this information? Jassi says, yes. She also had eyewitnesses tell me how you did treat another person. I had heard that you had a reputation of being very mean and nasty to somebody, and I didn't have the backstory, and it was concerning to me. Especially when I got wind of the fact that you didn't want me on the trip. So now Gizelle's like, Jassi, I think it's great. No, she says, I do think it's great that Jassi did come to you. Ashley says, the fact that you brought it to Angel versus the group is a very big thing. So Angel says, y'all have to understand that I'm just tired at this point. And and Ashley says, but babe, y'all are married with 2 beautiful children. Nobody's giving this rumor any weight. So Stacey goes on to ask the $1 million question. And she says, she's asking her, when did this all happen? Now, I just knew that Angel was going to say this happened last year, 5 months ago. Come to find out, this whole thing happened in 2016. We are in 2025, about to be in 2026. Why are we even crying and moping around about almost 10-year-old tea? First of all, Angel, why are you bringing this up? The fact that nobody even cares about this. Like, nobody even flinched when you told them the story. They weren't even like, they were like, okay, girl, like, who cares? I loved when Gizelle said, girl, nobody cares. Like, all right, this stale tea. Exactly. Why are you bringing this up? Child, a decade later is crazy. Mind you, this is her husband. Exactly. Yeah, she's spilling her own tea at that. Exactly. She told on herself. Child, listen. Bringing up tea from the same year that oh my gosh, I didn't realize that. Yes, Potomac premiered in 2016. Exactly. Why are we bringing up stale tea? It's ridiculous. Child, Angel, you won. Who cares? Exactly. A story from 2016 is crazy. Not even worth mentioning. Yes, she gave life to it again. Exactly. We need to have a statute of limitations on bringing up old tea and old issues. I agree. 2016 sent me. Yeah, I was shocked. Her insecurities are getting the best of her, sadly. I agree with that. She's doing it to sound relevant. I agree. That's why she got more upset, because nobody gave it a second thought. Yes. Child, I was confused. I said, wait, 2016? Is there anything else? Like, I was floored. So Ashley says, who cares if you stole 30 grand from Bobby? He still married you. Relax. Now, Ashley, if somebody went there and read you about your shenanigans with Michael and how you know, like, if we want to read you down, you'd be upset. But girl, just stop. But I do agree with you on that one point. Nobody cares about this. So now one more thing. There's no way you could catch me bringing up 10-year-old tea, almost 10-year-old tea voluntarily. And on top of that, especially if I know it's not true, I'm not going to bring up a 10-year-old lie. If she knows that she did not steal that money from Bobby, why bring this up? It's giving, like, I'm confused. Like, you could not catch me bringing up a lie from 10 years ago. A mess, y'all, a mess. So now, sorry about that, y'all. Jassi says, I thought it was important to pull her to the side and say, hey, girl, I think you're great. And I'm glad that I did not prejudge you. So now Gizelle goes on to ask Angel, are you upset right now because of the situation? Or are you mad at Jassi? So Angel says, well, I don't know. They're all shocked. I said, Jassi, you sound nuts. What kind of pea brain logic is this? Why are you mad at Jassi? Jassi did nothing wrong to you. She brought up a rumor that she had heard about you off to the side. She did you a favor. She didn't bring this up on camera. You're the one who brought this up on camera and embarrassed yourself for no reason. How are you mad at Jassi? Be mad at yourself. Child, it's ridiculous. I said, Lord, please give me the strength. It's a mess. So now Angel says, I don't know, Jassi. So for her to bring up something to me that was hurtful and my family, I'm bothered by it. It feels like she went on a facts-finding mission to find out anything negative about me. Angel, the fact that you are mad at Jassi is pure lunacy. Jassi did nothing wrong to you. Jassi received a message from somebody who said, hey, girl, Angel did X, Y, and Z. Jassi did you the biggest favor. Also, Angel, you claim that you watch all of the Housewives franchises. You claim that Beverly Hills is your favorite. The way they bring up tea and rumors about each other to embarrass somebody on the spot, you're mad about somebody taking you to the side off camera to bring this up to you one-on-one and not in front of the group. How are you mad at that person? If you had been on any other franchise, they would have brought this up to the forefront and embarrassed you. You have no right or reason to be mad at Jassi. And it's making me wonder, is there truth to this rumor? Because I'm not understanding your mindset of being mad at Jassi. Jassi did nothing to you. I don't understand. I don't get it. I really don't get it. Angel's brain cells took a vacation, in the words of Miss Angela Oakley. Exactly. Yes, there's truth to it. She's a mean girl. There was some truth to that story. That's why she's talking about the ish from 10 years ago. Child. So now of course, Angel's in a pissy mood and she's like, you know what? I'm going to bed. So they're all like, girl, just stay. Let's have a good time. So she's walking out. The entire night is shot all because of Angel. So Wendy's confused. She's like, did something else happen? Like, what is going on? So Gizelle says, Angel, you could have actually kept your mouth shut and we would have been drinking, laughing, having a good time. Wendy and Ashley would have been kissing in the corner. I said, not kissing in the corner. I was screaming. I said, now, as the way Wendy was acting so stiff and so dry with that spanking, I don't know if she would have been kissing Ashley in the corner. But then again, she was over there kissing Mia after Mia assaulted her in season 7. So maybe she would have been kissing Ashley in the corner. Who knows? Oh, man. No, Gizelle had me screaming with that one. Gizelle had me screaming. You said Wendy's an off-camera girl. Oh, gosh. I feel like Angel had a plan to be portrayed a certain way and everything's not going how she wants it and she's pissed. I agree. Oh, my. Y'all have me screaming. Oh, my gosh. Y'all have me screaming so hard right now. So now we see Angel outside. She's on the phone with Bobby. I said, is Bobby her only friend? I mean, I'm glad that her and her husband have a great marriage from what it, what it looks like. But I just said, my God, I said, oh my goodness. I don't understand what the issue is. Nobody did anything to you. Angel, you sprayed your own tea for no reason. And now you want to sulk and mope and call your husband up. Like, what's going on? Child. So now Angel says, I'm sick of the back and forth inquisition about me. And I said, Angel, you are not ready for this show at all, because you would have crumbled if you had joined this show in earlier seasons when the girls were ruthless. I said, I'm sorry, Angel, I'm just not here for it. When you have Wendy, who was assaulted, she was iced out of the group, made fun of, bashed by the viewers and her castmates for seasons after season after season. If she's still here and still standing, the fact that you can't take this and you're bringing up your own tea and getting mad, girl, you're not cut out for this. I'm so sorry. Candace got assaulted. She was on, Candace was on the show for what, 7 seasons? She's gone through hell and high water. She's not on the show anymore, but she was still on the show after all that happened. I mean, these women have gone through so much. And the fact that you can't take a tenth of what they've gone through and you're crying and moping around like this is crazy to me. It's crazy. Maybe she's still dealing with postpartum. She might be. Listen, all the moms in the chat, tap in. I'm not a mom. I don't want to speak out of turn. Is there a possibility that she might be dealing with postpartum? Again, if you're a mom, let me know. Is that what this is? Is that what this is, y'all? Please let me know, y'all. Let me know. Is this what this is? Is it postpartum? I don't want to speak out of turn. Let me know. If do you think it's this? Still nursing, definitely hormones. She could be, but that does not mean she needs to be on television. I agree with that. Angel would not have survived seasons 5 through 8. Exactly. She probably is, but then she should be home and take care of herself. That is not postpartum. That's correct. Nah, it's bothering her just because it's true. And how our SLC girls are fighting, Angel would not even survive them. Exactly. It's a possibility, but that does not excuse all of what she's doing. Postpartum is real. I heard it can last for years. I think it's a combination of postpartum and personal issues. Child, postpartum when you're stuck at home doing everything, not making a bunch of money on Housewives. I'm not taking postpartum as an excuse. Girl, bye. She's bringing up issues and getting mad that people don't care. Well, y'all, Wendy, Ashley, and Monique were all postpartum season 5, though. She was trying to put it out there before we hear about it. Listen, again, it's split. It's split down the middle. Half of y'all feel like it might be postpartum. The other half, you're like, girl, bye. Again, I don't want to speak out of turn. I'll let the experts speak on the stuff that I don't know anything about. So we have moms in the chat saying that it might be yes, no. It's a mixed bag. All I'm going to say, whether it's postpartum or not, I think that Angel should have declined when they offered her a spot on the show. I think that regardless of what it is, Angel, we can all agree on one thing, that Angel is not cut out for Housewives, period. For someone into Zen stuff, she's uptight. She's very uptight. If the rumors are true, nobody cares. You're married to the man now. Exactly. Kay isn't for reality TV either. I agree. So now, Kiana goes outside to check on Angel. Angel's really short with her. She wants to be left alone. Angel keeps saying, I'm tired. She says, go back and have fun. It's a wonderful party, but I'm gonna stay right here. Kiana says, are you sure? You're crying. Kiana says, I feel more bonded with Angel during this trip, trying to navigate and be supportive, and both of us are overwhelmed, shocked, and confused. I said, you guys are both bringing the bad vibes, though. That's why you guys are both hurt, shocked, and confused, because you guys are both being miserable together, and it's bringing down the group. So now Gizelle and Kiana walk back into the villa. Gizelle says she's talking to her husband right now. Stacey says, I don't understand what's going on. Kiana says she's in a very fragile place. And now Wendy jumps in and says, may I say something? We all know the rules of engagement in this group, meaning on this show. Jassi could have brought that up in front of all of us, but she did her a solid without the mics or without the cameras. Wendy is 110% correct. We know how this show goes. These women will embarrass you, mic'd up, cameras are on in front of the group and bystanders. They do not care. We have seen Ashley and Gizelle, I mean, go ham on people, just humiliate them at their worst moments. The fact that Jassi pulled her to the side and said, "Hey, girl, I heard this. I don't want this to be on camera. I don't want to embarrass you." That says a lot about Jassi. And that was really nice of her because she did not have to do that. She could have done this in front of the group and embarrassed her. So the fact that Angel is crying over an off-camera conversation is wild to me. And again, Wendy, you ate that because 100% that's correct. So now Ashley even co-signs and says, "I agree. I respect how you approach that." Gizelle says 100% because they both know that had that been them, they would have put her on blast. So Jassi says, "I thought I was doing the right thing." And Wendy says, "I thought you were too." So now Wendy says, for Angel to question Jassi's intent is another example of Angel living in misery. Everything about her, she makes it what it's not. She says, "Girl, you and your angel wings, go home." Wendy says, whether it's with love, respect, in front or off the camera, she always feels like we're attacking her. No matter what we do, she thinks that we're trying to get at her. And that's the end of the episode. Once again, Wendy told no lies. Angel, I was rooting for you so hard. And the fact that you would sit up there and completely kill the night. Housewives is always so enjoyable when the women are having a good time. Everybody was being fun, silly. Like, you guys, it was such a nice vibe. And for you to do this, for you to spoil the night, there is one thing that I cannot stand. When there is that one person determined to bring the night down. I will say this until the cows come home. If I am in a weird mood, I will cancel the plans. I will remove myself because it's not fair to have this attitude where, well, if my night's ruined, I'm going to ruin everybody else's night. I don't operate like that. And I've been around people like Angel who are moody. They turn at the drop of a dime. One minute they're smiling, the next minute they're pouting, ruining the night. I'm not doing that. And I will pay you dust. I'll be damned if I'm sitting up there coddling somebody for no damn reason. No, we're not doing this. If we left the house happy, keep the same happy energy. I'm not doing that. Too many grown adults do not have emotional regulation. They're walking around being killjoys, being annoying because they didn't get enough attention growing up. I don't know what it is, but Angel, girl, you look crazy. There was no reason for this. You spilled your own tea, got mad, and then stormed out and ruined the party. Like, who does that? I was so aggravated. I mean, like, they could have really had such a fun night, and here you go, spoiling everything for no reason. I cannot stand that. No, honey, I run a tight ship. It's a strict program over here. I don't do that. I don't do moody people. I cannot do moody people. One minute they're happy, next minute they're mad. I'm just mad. I don't do that. No. I don't do it. I'm not doing it. I'm not. You have too many grown adults are out here, very immature, cannot manage their emotions, this weirdo behavior. Like, how old are you? 5? It's ridiculous. I went out for a friend's 50th birthday a couple of weeks ago and I wanted to stay in bed sleeping, but I got done up and went out to party with my friend. Exactly. That's how you do it. Like, you show up for your friends and you have a good time. I love that. I hope you guys had the best time too. That's what a good friend does. Her anger is always misdirected. Exactly. The ladies were extra nice too, trying to get her to stay. Exactly. I like my friends to be jovial, like Apollo said. Not jovial. Oh my gosh. Yes, those people are the worst. Even Gizelle with her mean girl ways doesn't have fun. I hate when people can't have fun. Exactly. You said Karen thanks Angel for keeping her seat warm. This was supposed to be a candy-coated dungeon party. Angel done mucked up the thing. I I was going through a bout of depression, but I still went to my brother's birthday dinner and did not make it a pity party for me. I love that. Like, no, that like, listen, no, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm happy to hear that you went to your brother's dinner and you had a good time. You know what I'm saying? That's what you have to do in life. Even when there are times where you're not always in the best mood and you have to suck it up and put a smile on your face and show up and support your friend or your family. That's called being an adult. And the fact that Angel is too immature to see that is ridiculous. They're all trying to play therapist with barely any clothes on. I invited my bestie out after she was in a world of hurt for a while, and that night she met her now husband. Get out of your moodiness, ladies. I know that's right. Exactly. Yes, Brooke said either get on that BetterHelp stuff or get out of my face. Exactly. Either way, I'm really enjoying the season of Potomac. Yes, no, it's a good season. I'm enjoying it too. It's a good season. Listen, we are out of the dark ages. Thank you, Jesus. Me and hubby have been giving them their props compared to previous seasons. Yes, no, it's a good season. They are coming correct. This season is great. Seems like she ruined the whole trip for her and Kay. Child, my mom always says, take the good, cover the bad. Exactly. Don't make it just about yourself. Angel's dry handcuffs and Wendy's pitiful spank. I am screaming at you still on Wendy's spank. I can't get over the fact that Angel co-opted ruined that girl's bachelorette party. I mean, she ruined it. I mean, she put a whole damper, killed the entire vibe. If I know I can't suck it up, I won't go. Same here. I don't want to even see Angel on my screen anymore. I'm just like, oh, here we go again. Same here. I'm over it. I'm over it. Oh gosh, maybe that's why they brought on Monique due to depressing Angel and Kay. I saw somebody saying that they're hoping that Angel just quits mid-season, and unfortunately that's not happening because she's hosting the next cast trip to Colorado later in the season. So no, Angel is actually here for the whole season 10. Now, will she be back for season 11? I doubt it. I have to say, to be fair, Angel has serious resting bitch face. Yeah, she does. She had it at the party too. Angel's your friend in real life. Oh, well, tell Angel that we say hey, and we hope that she turns it around the rest of this season, because these last 6 episodes, this hasn't been it. I mean, I'm sorry, but your friend completely ruined the vibe. And I'm going to tell her that if I see her at BravoCon, but she killed the vibe at this bachelorette party. Is this Potomac's first one season wonder? No, NECA was one and done. And I guess Angel will be following suit. I do want to see her crib in Colorado. Tell her reality TV ain't for her. No, it's not. Man, check your friend. Oh, gosh. NECA was low-key a better housewife than Angel. You know, you actually might be right. And that's saying something. That's saying something. You actually might be right. And I would never thought I would see the day where NECA was beating anybody as a housewife. But yeah, NECA might actually be a step above Angel. Yeah, because what Angel is giving us. Hopefully she turns it around, though. Hopefully Angel turns it around. Neither were a fit, in my opinion. I feel like NECA was trying to give us a character that just wasn't her. I feel like she wasn't being herself. gosh. Wait, let me I'm gonna read the super chats that I missed. Hey Florence, thank you for the super chat. Giselle is one to talk. See how she's not hating Jassi because she's not jealous of her relationship. I hope Jassi has enough sense to at least cheat back. Hey Quinn, thank you for the super chat. Mr. Sunshine is just Darius when he gets older. Not sure why Jassi was so upset. Maybe that's why she was upset. Because they do kind of favor. Darius looks like a younger version of Mr. Sunshine. Y'all have me screaming. Hey, Cheap 83 by 21. Thank you for the super chat. This segment sponsored by Brasser Girls of the DMV. Hey, Robert. Thank you for the super chat. Jassi was on social media talking like a loud and proud desperado. My man just didn't tell me he had a baby on the way. Girl. See, Jassi. Again, if Jassi likes it, then who are we to say anything? You know, for some people, cheating is not a deal breaker, and she's married to the man now, so God bless. Hey, Kadaya2 Torre, thank you for the super chat. It was weird for Angel to be wearing white. Like, oh, yes, you're right. That was strange because, yeah, only one person should be wearing white, and that should be Jassi and nobody else. I didn't even catch that. Hey, Kadaya2 Torre, thank you for the super chat. Brooke saying Angel cuffed Jassi so dry. I'm serious, she did. The way she said, you know, put your hands behind your back and just slap the cuffs on her like that. There was no feeling to it, honey. There was no spice. There was no sex appeal. There was nothing behind that. It was just like, okay, you know, I was like, well, damn. I feel like even a real cop will give you some more if they slap cuffs on you. There was no feeling behind any of that. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just saying. I felt like, yeah, Angel did not even try. Yes, honey. Trying to get through to a desperado is like trying to squeeze blood from a turnip. Exactly. It's like, Angel, sit back down and try again when you have more energy. Yes, honey. You said Stacy was the MVP of this episode. Exactly. Yes, that cuff was like, here, damn. Exactly. Y'all have me screaming. She was cuffing from a bitter place. Exactly. Bravo included Katie in their one season Wonder Housewives video. Oh my gosh, no, they didn't. Are you serious? They did that? Oh my gosh, Katie. Well, Katie technically is like a 1.5 season girl because she was full-time season 1, and then season 4 she was a friend of, and then quit or got fired. But she was on for 2 seasons technically. So I don't know. Is Katie Ross truly a 1-season wonder when she was back on for season 4? That is so shady of them. Katie brought it though every time. All we can do is pray for Katie. Dry handcuffs and a pitiful spank. Jassi and Stacey need to teach the ladies the way of the bedroom. Yes, they do. Katie was pure entertainment. I hope she gives Bobby more spice. Who knows, child? Might be giving him some dry handcuffs too. Oh, y'all have me screaming, okay? Yes, she was. You're right. Katie was she was in the first episode of season 2. Yeah, she was hosting that Casino Royale charity event that was a complete flop. I said, girl, what is this? Oh gosh. Child. Very true. No, you're right. You're right. Something's working. Something's working, okay? Listen, you said let them know, Greg. Hey, Belle of the Ball. Thank you so much for the super chat. Just saying thank you, Brooke. God bless. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Katie trolled us with those bad wigs. Katie was always reading Jizzy and Robin. Oh, all the time. All the time. Katie Ross has been acting out on Twitter. Have y'all seen? Oh, yeah, she does that every 6 months or so. Katie reminds me of Mary if Mary never joined the church. I miss Katie in those messy wigs. The video is The Real Housewives that only lasted one season. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. Brooke, did you watch Wendy's wife swap episode? I actually did. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Wendy's wife swap episode. It was cute. The family that she swapped with, they loved her. I thought that the family, they really do crave, having a mom who's present, because that mom, she was doing her own thing in bed till 12 or 1 p.m., didn't cook them dinner, no bedtime for them, just she was in her own world, in her own room, and they were so happy when Wendy would go to their games and she was hugging them all the time. I thought it was a really cute episode. It also made me emotional because y'all know I think that Wendy's kids are just adorable. So seeing, Wendy's kids with the other mom, and then I just said, damn, like Wendy, why would you and Eddie do what you did? Like I was getting emotional. Like Wendy, you were such a beautiful family. And the fact that it's up, everything is up in jeopardy. Your freedom is up in the air. Your kids are just adorable. It got me very emotional, but I did watch her episode. I thought it was a great episode, very cute. But yeah, it just got me upset. Like, Wendy, what would possess you to do this? What would possess y'all to do this? And the new court hearing is, her court hearing now is December 2nd. Eddie's is December 12th. Yes, it's so upsetting to me. It's just so upsetting. All I can say is, please do not ever get so wrapped up in material goods that you do this. I understand it's nice to have a little Dior, some Chanel, some Louis Vuitton, but it is never that deep where it's very upsetting to me. And seeing her beautiful family on my screen, those kids are just adorable, so sweet, so well mannered. And like the fact that both parents now might not be there is very upsetting. It's very upsetting. Child, same here. She's shining this season, and the wife swap was good. This case is a dark cloud all over all of it. It is. Eddie better take the fall. Well, I don't know. I just, well, remember her court hearing is before his. They have separate lawyers now. I don't know. I just don't know. I think that Eddie sending that email is just such damning evidence. I don't know how she can say that she was ignorant to what was going on. Like I don't know, because remember, they both have 4 degrees each. The judge is going to go so hard on them. Like, you guys are highly educated people. We have PhDs, law degrees. Like, I don't know how she's going to be able to spin this, that she was ignorant to what was going on. I don't know. I don't know. And then to add insult to injury, they had the fake robbery. Now, I'm not going to hold you. If you watch the wife swap episode, you saw when uh, they were doing the painting with the new mom, and Cruz, the youngest son, spilled the paint on the rug. I said, Wendy, y'all were better off leaving that paint on that rug for when you had called the cops over and said that robbers had come in. Y'all were better off. You could have said, oh, yep, see, there was the robbers came in and they spilled paint. Like to stage the world's weakest robbery, I'm still not over that. I mean, your kids could have done a better job. You said they came in and robbed you guys blind, and only one room was ransacked, a flipped over mattress, not a footprint in sight, not a broken window, a mess. Child. Y'all are laughing in the chat, but I'm being honest. No, I'm serious. You could have paid some goons to do a better job than that. I mean, come on. And listen, you can't even sit up there. You cannot even sit up there and fake a robbery when you have ADT. If you have ADT security in your home, babe, listen to me. Linda, listen. I grew up with ADT in our house. We had it all over on every single floor. I swear to you, if we opened up a window and the alarm was on, that thing was going off like that. Police were at the door in 90 seconds. ADT does not play. If the wind blows too hard and taps on your door, ADT is going to and you're telling me that robbers came in and you have ADT home security and they didn't go off? Like, what are we talking about? ADT has to be the best home security system ever. Like, they are the truth. If you are a robber or a thief and you see ADT on somebody's home on their front lawn, you better turn around. ADT will be at your door in less than 2 minutes. ADT is it, honey. ADT is it. Listen, if I have anybody who works at ADT, please come give me a sponsorship, honey. I could sell you. A few of y'all told me a few weeks ago that you got ADT home system because of me, because I told y'all how good it is. ADT is the truth. If you have ADT, don't even worry about getting robbed because they are the truth. And you're telling me you guys have ADT and robbers came in and robbed y'all blind, but yet the alarm never went off? Stop it. Stop playing. Stop. Yes, the entire neighborhood would know. Exactly. Okay? Child, please. Again, y'all, this whole thing is a mess. Yes, we had ADT at my job. No, they are the truth. They are the truth. They clearly could not afford to pay the goons. You put your pinky toe out the wrong way, it's going off. No, it's true. If you step on the floor too hard, like if you're stomping around, if the alarm's gonna go off, like, please don't get it twisted. If you breathe too hard, ADT is going off. One of y'all said, Brooke, you have ADT at your mom has ADT, and you said that one of her plants tapped on the window and the alarm went off, and y'all were on vacation. Like, you had to have a neighbor come in and turn it off. Like, please, ADT does not play. So you want to say you have ADT and robbers came in and ADT did not go off? Stop. That's a lie. I'm going to put you in jail for that alone, because stop lying. Don't play in my face like that. Don't play in my face. Okay? No, it's true though. It is so true. Yes, you slam a cabinet by accident, the police are coming to the door. It's true. We have ADT stickers at our animal rescue to determine theft. We couldn't afford the service anymore. Well, keep the stickers up. Keep the stickers up, okay? Don't tell anybody that you don't have it anymore, but keep the stickers up, because ADT is the truth. And if people even think that you have ADT, they will stay away. Do what you have to do, honey. Keep those stickers on the door and the window. Oh my gosh. Y'all have me screaming. Yes. They had ADT and the Ring cameras. Exactly. Something is definitely up. That combo alone will tell you who's coming to your house. Exactly. Hey, Quinn, thank you for the super chat. Now, Brooke, if she kept that carpet the moment the show airs, everyone's going to jail, including the paint can. Damn. Listen, ADT will catch the Holy Spirit walking through your place. It's true. Yes, honey, keep the stickers up for life. Yeah, like don't tell anybody that. Don't even tell us. Delete that comment about you don't have ADT anymore. Keep the stickers up. And when you tell people, yes, we have ADT, let me get some ADT stickers. You better. Oh my gosh. Yep. If you have a friend with an extra sign, ask to borrow it. Exactly. Honey, put it on your front lawn. If you don't have ADT and you want ADT and money's tight, put an ADT sign on your lawn. This house is protected by ADT, okay? Honey, and those robbers will walk right, they'll say, shout out to everybody, we have fun, let's go to the next house because ADT is the truth, okay? Fake it till you make it, exactly. Oh my gosh, they sell ADT stickers and yard signs on eBay. Oh no. You better get on eBay. Get on eBay. Oh, y'all have me screaming today. Please. Honey, get on eBay, honey. If you're worried about theft and you can't afford ADT right now, get some stickers, put them on your window, say we are protected by ADT in this house. Oh my gosh. Yes, honey. If you know somebody who works at ADT, please tell them to call me. Please tell them to watch my videos. Please tell them to call me. Okay? Yes, honey. I endorse this message. Exactly. Oh my gosh. I am screaming. When I was young, a little girl came to our yard and took her ADT sign. I chased her down the block and got that ish back. I am yelling, honey. No, why would you do that? She said, honey, we can't afford ADT. I need your sign. Not she ran after her and took it back. That's a mess. Y'all have me screaming. Oh my gosh. Y'all have me screaming. You said I wouldn't too because you're not going to set me up for a robbery. Oh my gosh. Y'all have me screaming. Her parents told her to do that. Protected by ADT and the Holy Spirit. Child, listen, y'all have me screaming here, okay? Not you ran, you probably chased her down, not you chased her down the block for your ADT sign bag. Oh my gosh. Y'all are too much. Not my problem. No one's breaking into my house. I know that's right. Robbing the ADT sign. It's true. People do steal the signs. No, they do, because that's how good ADT is. That's why you get extra ADT signs. So that way, if somebody steals one, you put another one up immediately. Oh my gosh. You said, where is Lavette? Please come get Brooke. Honey, Lavette, now, Lavette, I don't know where you are. I haven't seen you in a month of Sundays, honey. Lavette said, I'm out of here. It's been fun. Thank you for your time. We haven't seen Lavette since. Lavette came and told me to be quiet. She says, get on with the recap, and we haven't seen her since. Lavette, we miss you. I miss you. We had a good old time. It was nothing but love. I don't know where you've been, but come on back and let's have a good time again. Okay. All right. Yes, honey. Lavette said she's moved on to somebody else. Lavette said she's found greener pastures, honey. She said, okay, this was cute, but I've gone somewhere else. We done chased Lavette out, child. I'm Lavette's understudy. I'm screaming. Okay. Yes, Lavette ain't here for these 2-hour lives. No, she's not. She said, girl, I can give you 30 minutes, and that's about it. She said, on to the next, honey. She said an hour long. That's it. She said no more. Oh my goodness. This is what I needed, y'all. I needed this. You know, she runs a tight ship. She was like, Big Mama. She said, shut up with all that noise. Yes, honey. She said, I'm going to a less chatty live. She said, I don't need all this joking around, honey. I'm out of here. Okay. Lord have mercy. Lavette got in her car and drove off. Oh my gosh, y'all. I am screaming. Lavette, we miss you. And come on back. Let us know. Grace with your presence again when you feel up to it, okay? Brooke, are you excited for BravoCon? It's almost here. I'm excited, but I have to be honest. I keep forgetting. I've kind of forgot about it with the passing of my uncle and the funeral. So it's like, it's just now hitting me that it's this weekend. So I still have to pack and get everything ready and done. So just pray for me, y'all. But I had to come on here and just talk to y'all about Potomac, okay? You said, oh no, I am screaming. Y'all are so funny. Yes, Lavette wants the facts, and that's it. She said, I need a Les Brazzers live. Y'all are so funny. Oh, thank you guys. No, I appreciate you all. Thank you guys. Thank you. Her middle name is Get To It, Brooke. No, it is. Get ADT and Lavette. They don't play. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But guys, I feel like I've held you here long enough. Yes, you said Lavette honked the horn on Brooke. She did. She did. Oh, thank you so much. No, it feels good to laugh and smile. I had to just come on here and just talk to y'all because it's been too much, just too much crying. So I said, let me get on here and let's have some fun. So I really appreciate y'all. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. So listen, y'all cheered me up. I hope I was able to cheer you guys up. Yes, y'all are just everything. I appreciate y'all. And you know what? I'm gonna see if I can find some time to go live in Vegas this weekend. So maybe this MacBook will be coming with me. So maybe I will go live for y'all in Vegas. Okay. So I'll let y'all know. But I love y'all. I hope you had a good time with me tonight. And y'all are just everything, okay? I remember when someone told their husband that you introduced them to Brazzers. Oh yeah, I said don't pin that on me. I said don't pin that on me. I said trying to sit up there and blame me. I said don't do me, okay? Well, thank you guys. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all. Thank you all for everything. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. I will see you all soon. And yes, I want to try to see if I can fit in SLC before I go, because I do want to talk about SLC. That episode was bananas. But guys, love y'all. Have a good rest of your night. And I will see you all soon. Okay. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you all for cheering me up. I appreciate y'all because this put a smile on my face and it was much needed. And I really do appreciate y'all. Like, you guys lift me up. So I appreciate y'all more than you know. Okay. But have a wonderful rest of your night. And we will talk soon. Okay. Love y'all. Bye, guys.